You've probably heard it 100 times. Avocados are the golden child of healthy eating. But what if something so trusted could quietly work against your health? These creamy green fruits, once a farmer's secret, have now taken over breakfast tables and grocery carts across the country. In fact, the average American eats more than 8 pounds of avocado every year, often believing it's a safe, heart-smart choice for better digestion, energy, and overall well-being. But here's the thing, even good things can cause harm when we don't know the full story. Behind all the praise and pretty food photos, avocados come with risks. And if you're making one of 6 common but surprisingly dangerous mistakes, those risks can start to chip away at your health. Sometimes it's something small, like a bit of stomach trouble. Other times it's more serious, like allergic reactions that seem to come out of nowhere. It's a strange contradiction, isn't it? We're told to eat more natural, nutrient-rich foods, but without the right guidance, even those healthy choices can backfire. Hi, I'm Barbara O'Neill. After more than 10 years studying nutrition and food safety, I've learned a simple truth. Even the best foods can turn into a problem when they're misunderstood. And that's exactly what's happening with avocados. In this video, I want to walk you through 6 science-backed avocado mistakes. They're more common than you'd think. And they could be quietly getting in the way of your health goals or the well-being of someone you care about. If you've ever added avocado to your toast, your smoothie, or your salad, thinking it's a no-brainer for your health, this may be one of the most important videos you watch today. Let's take a closer look, not to create fear, but to give you the confidence to enjoy this amazing fruit the right way. And before we dive in, I'd love to hear from you. Do you eat avocado every day? Once a week? Or maybe you've been a guacamole fan for years. Share your story in the comments. It might help someone else feel a little less alone. Let's kick things off with mistake number 1, ignoring a hidden toxin called persin. Now, this is something most people have never even heard of. Every part of the avocado plant, the leaves, the bark, the pit, even the skin, contains a natural chemical called persin. It's the plant's built-in defense system. And while the soft green flesh we eat has only trace amounts, the other parts hold much higher concentrations. So, why should that matter to you? Well, in lab studies published in toxicology journals, persin has been shown to damage the DNA of human white blood cells, at least in petri dish conditions. Now, to be clear, this doesn't mean eating guacamole will harm your genes. The human body, especially your liver, is remarkably good at breaking down compounds like this. Still, it does raise an important question. What happens when we eat avocados every single day, especially if we're dealing with liver issues or other sensitivities? What's even more concerning is how persin affects animals. In birds, it can cause rapid heart rate, trouble breathing, even death. In larger animals, like goats and horses, large doses have been linked to heart damage and inflamed mammary glands. Now, humans are much more resilient than animals. But even among people, there's a wide range of sensitivity, and not everyone reacts the same. So here's the takeaway. Never eat avocado leaves, pits, or bark, not even in powdered tea or supplements. And if you eat avocados regularly, try cycling your intake. Something like 5 days on, 2 days off can give your body time to rest and process. Also, listen to your body. If you notice things like unusual fatigue, digestion issues, or skin flare-ups, those might be gentle warning signs that it's time to take a closer look. Let's kick things off with mistake number 1, ignoring a hidden toxin called persin. Now, this is something most people have never even heard of. Every part of the avocado plant, the leaves, the bark, the pit, even the skin, contains a natural chemical called persin. It's the plant's built-in defense system. And while the soft green flesh we eat has only trace amounts, the other parts hold much higher concentrations. So, why should that matter to you? Well, in lab studies published in toxicology journals, persin has been shown to damage the DNA of human white blood cells, at least in petri dish conditions. Now, to be clear, this doesn't mean eating guacamole will harm your genes. The human body, especially your liver, is remarkably good at breaking down compounds like this. Still, it does raise an important question. What happens when we eat avocados every single day, especially if we're dealing with liver issues or other sensitivities? What's even more concerning is how persin affects animals. In birds, it can cause rapid heart rate, trouble breathing, even death. In larger animals like goats and horses, large doses have been linked to heart damage and inflamed mammary glands. Now, humans are much more resilient than animals, but even among people, there's a wide range of sensitivity, and not everyone reacts the same. So here's the takeaway. Never eat avocado leaves, pits, or bark, not even in powdered tea or supplements. And if you eat avocados regularly, try cycling your intake. Something like 5 days on, 2 days off can give your body time to rest and process. Also, listen to your body. If you notice things like unusual fatigue, digestion issues, or skin flare-ups, those might be gentle warning signs that it's time to take a closer look. Up next is mistake number 2, the calorie trap. It's easy to fall into, especially if you love avocados and want to eat healthy. Here's the thing. Avocados have a glowing reputation in the wellness world, and it's well-deserved. They're packed with good fats and nutrients. But behind that health halo lies something most people don't think about. They're also incredibly calorie-dense. Just one large avocado can have around 320 calories. That's a lot, especially if you're eating one every day without keeping track. And this is where things get tricky. Yes, avocados can help with weight management. But, and it's a big but, that only works if you're careful with portion size. And honestly, a lot of health-conscious folks simply overlook that. Some studies make it seem like eating an avocado every day is a magic bullet. For example, one trial published in the Journal of the American Heart Association followed people who ate an avocado daily for 6 months and found no weight gain. That sounds reassuring. But let's be clear, it doesn't mean more is better. It just means moderation works. In fact, another major study, the Adventist Health Study, found that avocado eaters tended to weigh less overall. But here's the catch. Those benefits came from very small servings, just around 32 grams a day, about a quarter of a medium avocado. So if you're adding avocados to your meals, that's great. Just remember, when it comes to this superfood, less is often more. Mistake number 3 is something most people have never even heard of, and it's called latex fruit syndrome. If you or someone you love has a latex allergy, this one's especially important. Millions of people with latex sensitivity can also react to certain fruits, and avocados are right near the top of that list. This happens because of something called cross-reactivity. It means your immune system sees 2 different proteins, one from latex, the other from food, and mistakes them for the same threat. Avocados contain proteins that look very similar to those found in natural rubber. So for someone with a latex allergy, eating an avocado can trigger the immune system. And sometimes it misfires in a big way. The result? Reactions that can range from mild to serious. Who's most at risk? People with known latex allergies, of course, but also folks who've had a lot of exposure to latex over the years, like healthcare workers, cleaners, food service professionals, or even longtime caregivers. And here's the tricky part. Many people don't even know they're sensitive to latex until they react to certain fruits. It might start with something small, like itching or tingling in the mouth, maybe swelling in the lips or throat. But in some cases, it can escalate to hives, dizziness, difficulty breathing, even full-blown anaphylaxis, which is a life-threatening emergency. One study found that over half of people with latex allergies also tested positive for antibodies triggered by avocado proteins. That's a pretty big connection. So if you've ever had strange symptoms after eating avocado, bananas, or kiwis, or if you know you're latex sensitive, it's a good idea to speak with an allergist. A simple test can help you stay safe and avoid a serious reaction. Mistake number 4 is one that rarely gets talked about, but it absolutely should. It's about storage and contamination, and the hidden food safety risks that come with how we handle avocados. You might be surprised to hear this, but improper storage can expose you to harmful bacteria even before you slice one open. Why? Well, avocados are grown in warm, humid climates, and those conditions are perfect for bacteria to grow. Their thick, bumpy skin might look like it protects the fruit, but in reality, it's full of tiny crevices where bacteria like Salmonella, Listeria, and E. coli can hide. And here's the real problem. Most people never wash an avocado before cutting into it. That's a risky habit, because when your knife moves through that unwashed skin, it can carry bacteria straight into the flesh, the part you're about to eat. Even the FDA has issued warnings about this. Tests on supermarket avocados have found contamination on both the outside and the inside of the fruit. So what can you do? First, always rinse your avocados under cold running water. Give the skin a gentle scrub, even if you don't plan to eat it. Next, make sure you're using a clean knife and cutting board. Once the avocado is cut, store it in the fridge right away, and try to eat it within a day or two. Never leave sliced avocados sitting at room temperature for long, especially not in the summer months. Now, the chances of getting seriously ill are still low, but they're not zero. And for older adults, pregnant women, or anyone with a weakened immune system, the risk is much higher. The good news is, just a few small changes in how you handle your avocados can go a long way toward keeping you and your loved ones safe. Mistake number 5 is something most doctors rarely mention, even though it can have serious consequences. It's about medication interactions and how eating avocados could quietly interfere with the medicines you rely on. Now, avocados might seem completely harmless, but for certain people, especially those on long-term medications, they can complicate things in ways that most of us wouldn't expect. Let's start with blood thinners like warfarin, Coumadin, and newer drugs such as dabigatran or rivaroxaban. These medications work by limiting vitamin K, a nutrient that helps your blood clot. And here's the catch. Avocados contain a moderate amount of vitamin K. That's why consistency matters so much. Your doctor carefully adjusts your dosage based on how much vitamin K you normally get. So if you suddenly start eating more avocados than usual, you might reduce the effectiveness of your medication and increase your risk of dangerous clots. On the flip side, if you've been eating avocados regularly and then stop all at once, your blood could become too thin, raising the risk of internal bleeding. Either way, the impact can be serious, even life-threatening. But that's not the only issue. Avocados are also loaded with potassium, about 975 milligrams per cup, which is even more than a banana. That can be a problem for people taking certain medications, like ACE inhibitors such as lisinopril, ARBs like losartan, or potassium-sparing diuretics like spironolactone. These drugs already raise your potassium levels, and too many avocados can push those levels too high, a condition called hyperkalemia. The symptoms can be subtle at first: irregular heartbeat, muscle weakness, nausea. But if left unchecked, it can lead to something far worse, including cardiac arrest. There's also a third concern, especially for folks managing type 2 diabetes. Avocados are rich in fiber, which is normally a good thing. But in some cases, that fiber can slow down how your body absorbs oral diabetes medications, making them less effective. Even if you're following your doctor's orders, your blood sugar could become harder to control. And here's another twist. Avocados are packed with healthy fats that may increase insulin sensitivity. That sounds like a good thing, but if you're already taking insulin or sulfonylureas, this increased sensitivity could actually drop your blood sugar too low, causing dizziness, weakness, or even hypoglycemia. So here's the bottom line. If you take any daily medication, especially for blood pressure, heart conditions, or diabetes, don't make avocados a daily habit without first talking to your doctor. It's a small conversation that could make a big difference. Mistake number 6 is one of the most underestimated, yet it may have the biggest impact of all. It's the mistake of ignoring your personal tolerance and sensitivity to avocados. The truth is, no two bodies are exactly the same. How you respond to avocados can depend on a number of factors: your genetics, your health history, even your age. Unfortunately, a lot of people assume that because avocados are considered healthy, they must be safe for everyone. But that's not always true. Let's look at a few ways avocados can cause unexpected issues. First, digestive sensitivity. Avocados are high in fiber, about 13 grams in a single fruit. That's great for gut health in general. But for some people, especially those with a sensitive stomach or not used to that much fiber, it can lead to bloating, gas, or discomfort. Some even experience irregular bowel movements, like constipation or diarrhea. Next, there's the FODMAP issue. Avocados contain sorbitol, a type of natural sugar alcohol. And for those with IBS or SIBO, even small amounts can trigger cramping, bloating, and several days of digestive upset. Then there's histamine intolerance. As avocados ripen, their histamine levels rise. And for people whose bodies don't break down histamine well, eating overripe avocado can lead to symptoms like headaches, nasal stuffiness, skin rashes, or even anxiety-like feelings. Another possible issue is oral allergy syndrome. If you're allergic to pollen, especially birch pollen, you might notice tingling or itching in your mouth or throat after eating avocado. Most of the time it's mild, but in some cases it can become more serious. There are also genetic factors at play. Some people have enzyme differences that affect how well they break down fats or certain plant compounds in avocados. One person might feel energized after eating avocado, while another feels bloated or sluggish after just a few bites. And finally, age plays a role too. As we get older, our bodies naturally produce fewer digestive enzymes, especially those that break down fat. That means high-fat foods like avocado can sit heavier in the stomach, causing nausea or slow digestion, particularly if eaten on an empty stomach or in large portions. So how can you tell if avocados are working with your body or against it? The key is self-awareness. Try keeping a simple food journal. Write down what you ate, when you ate it, and how you felt over the next 24 to 48 hours. Over time, you'll start to spot patterns and figure out what your body can truly handle. Now, what about the benefits? After everything we've covered, you might be wondering, are avocados still worth eating? The answer is absolutely yes, as long as you enjoy them wisely and in moderation. Avocados are one of the most nutrient-dense, heart-healthy foods you can add to your plate. They're rich in oleic acid, a healthy fat shown to lower bad cholesterol and support the good kind, a powerful step toward protecting your heart. In fact, one large study found that regular avocado eaters had a 16 to 22% lower risk of heart disease. They're also high in potassium, nearly 1,000 milligrams per cup, which helps manage blood pressure and balance out sodium. That's especially valuable if you're at risk of hypertension. Just remember, if you're on heart or kidney medications, check with your doctor first. Avocados are also full of antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin, nutrients that support your vision and may slow down age-related eye problems like macular degeneration. And here's something most people don't realize. Avocados help your body absorb fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K, and carotenoids from other foods. In fact, adding avocado to a salad can increase your absorption of key nutrients by 3 to 5 times. So, what's the right amount? For most people, the sweet spot is about 1/3 to 1/2 of a medium avocado, about 3 to 4 times per week. That gives you the health benefits without overdoing it. Let's talk about putting this into practice. The goal isn't perfection. It's creating a sustainable routine that works with your body, not against it. Step 1. Start with a health baseline. Think about any medications you take, any allergies you know of, or health conditions you're managing. If you have concerns, especially around blood sugar or blood pressure, talk to your doctor or a registered dietitian. Step 2. Ease into it. If avocados are new to your diet, start small, just a few slices every other day. Then notice how your body responds. Again, a simple food journal can be a big help. Step 3. Prioritize food safety. Wash the whole avocado under cold water before cutting, even if you're not eating the skin. Use clean knives and cutting boards, and once it's sliced, refrigerate it right away and eat it within 2 to 3 days. Never leave cut avocado out on the counter for more than an hour. Step 4. Keep your portions in check. 1/3 of a medium avocado is about 50 grams, and it contains roughly 80 to 100 calories. Even healthy fats can affect your weight or medication balance if you go overboard. Step 5. Try a rhythm that gives your body a break. Instead of eating avocado every day, try 3 days on, 2 days off. That simple rotation can help your body stay in balance and avoid unwanted buildup or sensitivity. Final thoughts. Avocados can be an incredible ally for your health, but only if you treat them with the same care and respect you'd give any medicine or powerful food. The secret is listening to your body, staying consistent, and making choices that support your long-term well-being. If this video helped you, please consider sharing it with someone you care about. Sometimes a small tip can prevent a big problem and bring more health and clarity into someone's life. And now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever had a surprising reaction to avocado? Or do you have a way of enjoying it that works especially well for your body? Share it in the comments. Your story might help someone else feel seen. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next episode, where we'll explore the real risks and rewards behind another trendy health food. Before we wrap up, let's quickly review the 6 most common and easily overlooked mistakes people make with avocados. First, person exposure, eating parts of the plant like the leaves, seeds, or skin, which contain a natural toxin most people don't know about. Second, calorie overload, forgetting just how energy-dense avocados are and accidentally eating too much. Third, latex cross-reactivity, not realizing that avocados can trigger allergic reactions in people sensitive to latex. Fourth, improper storage, leaving cut avocados out at room temperature, which gives bacteria a chance to grow. Fifth, medication interactions, overlooking how avocados can interfere with blood thinners, potassium levels, or diabetes medications. And sixth, ignoring your personal sensitivity, assuming they're safe for everyone, without listening to how your body responds. Final thoughts. Here's the good news. When they're enjoyed safely and in the right amounts, avocados are a true nutritional powerhouse. Yes, there are risks, but with the right habits and a little awareness, avocados can absolutely be part of a smart, supportive health routine. When portioned properly, handled safely, and tailored to your individual needs, they offer a world of benefits, from supporting your heart to helping your eyes, to improving how well your body absorbs important vitamins. So let me ask you, have you been making any of these avocado mistakes without even realizing it? Ever had symptoms you couldn't quite explain until now? If so, I'd love to hear your story in the comments below. Your experience might help someone else feel seen or avoid a problem they didn't know was coming. And if this guide was helpful, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe for more clear, evidence-based nutrition insights made especially for you and your loved ones. Share this video with a fellow avocado lover. You might just help them avoid a costly health mistake. Thanks so much for watching, and stay tuned. In the next episode, we'll uncover the hidden pros and cons of another trendy superfood that might not be as harmless as it seems. Take care, and we'll see you then.